Hey, it's Sarah Baska.
The YouTuber that hasn't been good at YouTubing. That's because I suck at coming up with things to make videos about. But I remembered that I went to Europe recently, so I thought I would sit down and do like a little story time video for you guys. I look like a wet dog, but ignore that. But yeah, you can see like, oh my god, you can see like my retainer. There's like a beer can, some like medication. But I think that just kind of makes this more real, you know? I have issues. My best friend, one of my best friends, named Natalie, I'll picture her here. She is like the most adventurous person I know. She's always traveling. She's going to like different countries every summer. So they're trying to like figure out what trip they wanted to go on this summer, and I was gonna go also. They kindly invited me as well. And they came up with Amsterdam. And I was just like, oh my god, Amsterdam is so wild. It's literally like the most liberal city in the world. That's what it's known for. Like you can literally get away with anything there. It's just a big party in Amsterdam. So my initial thought was, oh my god, not me. Nastasia is gonna have a fabulous time. When we landed in Amsterdam, literally the first thing that we did was go to a club. Like literally right when we landed, right when we got our stuff settled in, right when we settled into our hostel, we were like, let's party. We're here. Like, what do we do? So we went to a club. And this club was insane. It was so much fun. Everyone was trying to offer us speed. It was great. We didn't do the speed, but it was crazy. Speed was more popular than Coke. It was a whole new world. I don't know. We just looked so crusty at the club, and all these like beautiful European women are just like dressed to the nine, like in their tight dresses. And I've never been to a club before, and I was just ordering drinks like it was natural. We just got crunk the first night. It was so much fun. We were just dancing and getting down with all these Amsterdam folk. Great time. The second night we like went to bars and stuff. It was cool. But like my ratchet ass, Nastasia is just ridiculous sometimes, you guys. Me and Natalie got pretty ratch, and we went into the bathroom, and I was getting really emotional about Will just because like I like him so much, I guess. No, I like him so much, so I was in the bathroom with Natalie just like talking to her about him, and we were just being drunk hoes, just like being emotional in the bathroom. And then, oh my god, all of a sudden, okay, literally I suck. Do not do this, you guys. This was like so stupid of me, but I looked at the mirror, and for some reason I was so passionate about talking about Will in that moment. I was like, I'm gonna prove my love for Will. And Natalie was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm gonna prove my love to Will right now. And she was like, stop. I was like, I like Will so much, I'm gonna punch this mirror. I'm gonna break it. And Natalie was like, no bitch, you're not breaking that mirror. I don't really remember swinging. I don't remember like consciously going through with it, but I all of a sudden just remember the mirror shattering. And right when that happened, we like run out of the bathroom, and I'm giggling, but she's freaking out. And then we just like go up to everyone and we're like,
you guys, we need to leave right now. Like, we need to leave. Oh my god, like I just did the dumbest shit ever.
We're all running out, and everyone is so confused because everyone's like having fun. We're all standing outside the club, and everyone's laughing at this point because it was so funny. Like, no one was pissed at me. Natalie comes out and says that she recorded it. Like, she got it on video. And so, yeah, I'll post the video right now.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey you guys, it's me editing, but holy shit. I'm literally not violent. I don't do that. I don't break people's stuff, especially like companies or when I'm out in public. Like, that's just not who I am. I am so respectful to everybody and everyone's personal belongings. What is wrong with me? Don't think that I'm like a disrespectful hoe. This was the first time that's ever happened. Okay, bye.
And so then, oh my god, Caleb runs out of the bar, and then this is what happened.
I just
want to let you know that if it wasn't for me making friends with Fabricio, which is a fucking coke lord from Mexico, and Tony, who's also a coke lord, we would be stuck in there because Tony's dad is the bouncer.
Oh, that's
and Tony walked me out, and I was like, sir, and I apologized to the bouncer, and we're all good. But we cannot go back here ever.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so, I mean, they were fine. We just weren't allowed to go back. We wanted to check out the red light district. If you guys don't know what the red light district is, it is a strip in Amsterdam dedicated to prostitution. It's like a mile of window shopping for women. So like these women stand in these windows, there's like red lights around each window, and they're just like posing, like being hot, trying to get you to come in, and it was intense. I got kind of anxious just because there were so many groups of guys there, and you can tell that's just what they do on the weekends with their friends. Like instead of like going to bars or clubs, which they still do, they go to the red light district and they like have sex with women. Kind of interesting seeing like all these guys just go in and out of windows with women, I don't know, but. And then we were walking down the red light district and we see this huge lit up sign, and it said live sex show. And we were like, so just like live porn? What is that? And just out of curiosity, just the whole group of friends, even my boyfriend, we all went in. There were 3 acts and we were all sitting there and we didn't know what to expect, and we were all kind of uncomfortable but like ready for it. Like we were ready to giggle our asses off out of discomfort. Me and Will have that relationship where like we don't care. We're very comfortable with each other. I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, he's like staring at her tits. So insecure. Like, oh my god, he's probably so horny watching. Like, it's not like that. We giggle together about it. The first act comes up. She comes up with a banana and we're like, okay, what's the banana for? And we're all just sitting there just like waiting for something, and then she if you're a youngin', cover your ears. This girl takes a banana and shoves it inside of her hole. I don't know if I can say the word without being demonetized. She shoves it inside of her hole, and the whole thing, and she invites a guest to come on stage, and I'm not gonna like say it for demonetization purposes, but he's hungry. He's hungry for some bananas. It was definitely the most interesting thing I've ever seen. I was mostly analyzing the crowd in that sense, looking at their facial expressions and how they reacted to what was going on stage. Everyone's like clapping and stuff. She comes off stage, second act comes on. And she has like a 20-yard ribbon shoved up inside of her. And she starts to like pull it out like this. You know how like clowns do that with like, their pocket? They have the ribbon in their pocket. She's just pulling out of her vagina, just so casually, making eye contact with the crowd, smiling, kind of like moving her hips a little bit. And I was laughing so hard, just screaming, because you think she's gonna stop. Like, you're like, okay, it has to end soon. But no, it just keeps on going, and she's just like having fun with it. And it just went on for too long. Like, it was like an uncomfortable amount. Finally, all the ribbon was out, and she wraps it around one of the guys in the front row and like pulls him up and does like a dance for him and stuff. And when she's done doing the dance on him, she pushes him down on the ground. Pushes him down, and he's like laying down looking at her, and she takes a Sharpie, sticks it inside of her, squats on top of him. She's squatting over him, and she writes her name on his chest. And the Sharpie was in her, just like moving her hips like this, like writing her name. It was so funny. I was crying, laughing. Funniest thing I've ever seen. It was rich. That's the perfect word to describe it. It was rich. It was so good. It was funny as hell. And after she was done, The third act was like the actual sex, like porn on stage. So it was this couple who were dating in real life, which was interesting to me because they like looked like they were mad at each other. They had an argument before stage and they just had to go on stage right after. Like it looked like that. It was that type of vibe that I was getting from them. And so they come on stage and they're like kind of pissed at each other. They just like have to do this thing, and it didn't feel natural, so it was obvious. Like I felt bad. I'm like, you guys don't have to do this. I wanted to like raise my hand or something and be like, if you guys need to like work on your problems, we can wait. If you guys just want to skip out and just go home and talk about it, we don't have to watch you guys have sex. Go work on your relationship. And then they started to have like foreplay on stage, and we were all just watching, just like, okay, you know, things escalate on stage how it usually would, and just full force right there on stage in front of an audience, just going ham. And when they started going ham, everyone was laughing. They're all like, yeah, like all the drunk guys were just like, yeah, get it in, get it. And it's just like, this is strange. Like, I feel weird. Just, you guys don't have to do this. I'm sorry that everyone's watching you. It was strange. And then like the lights turned on and then we just leave. Like, it was just like, oh. Alright, well, we just watched live porn. We all kind of felt a little odd walking out of that place. We went to Berlin and then we went to Budapest. That was so much fun. Met up with a Budapest fan. We hung out all day. She was so sweet. She took us around and we toured the city with her. So me and Will weren't officially dating at this point. I've always had a crush on him since I was 16. He's always had a crush on me, but we were both too shy to tell each other because I didn't think he liked me and he didn't think I liked him. So it was just unspoken love. Oh god. Not okay, never mind. Never really like talk about this to you guys or like post anything. I'm very protective of him and I just can't handle seeing people like being rude or just like saying anything negative about it. Like I will like genuinely be so upset and like freak out. I freak out about that more than people saying mean things about me. But I'm gonna tell you like a cute little story about Budapest and how we became official. One of the days we were in Budapest, we were like walking around the city and he comes up to me and he's like, hey Sarah, just be ready tonight by 8 if that's possible. Wear the fanciest thing that you brought. Just dress up a little bit. And I was like, no. He's taking me on like a little thing. I come out of the bathroom like wearing what I'm wearing and he's like standing there looking all fine. I just remember I was just like, damn. And he was thinking that about me too, so it was just like a mutual like, damn. Like we literally just like stepped into the room and just like saw each other and we were just like, damn. Let's do this. We're ready for this. Walking around the city and it was really cute. There was like cobblestone streets and like it was like nighttime and like Budapest. It's like lit up all pretty. And then he takes me to this really fancy restaurant. Really, 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 really fancy restaurant. So fancy. There's like candles. What? That's absurd. And like flowers. It was all outside, candle lit. What? And I looked at him, I'm like, no. This pasta was so dank. And I don't know if it was the sauce or like the texture of the actual noodle or both. I think it was both. I don't know. Just so many flavors erupted in my mouth. But anyway, and I thought that that was just like the date. I thought that's what all we were doing. So I was just like really happy to be there. We leave. He like pays for everything. And we're like, what? He like takes me down by the water and I see a huge boat. And we're walking towards it. And I'm like looking at him. I'm like, no, stop. And then he just kept like smiling at me and I'm like, what? And so we go to the boat and the guy was like collecting tickets and he like gives him 2 tickets and I'm just like, it's like a huge open air, tables everywhere, candle lit stuff, and it was so cute, and it was like a couple's boat, like a date night boat or something. I don't know. It was so beautiful. There was architecture all around us, and it was all lit up really beautiful. And he was like, Sarah, I've been thinking. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I think all the time. Like, what's up? He was like, I just want us to remember this night being so special, and like this could be our anniversary. And I was sitting there like, uh-huh. And he was like, do you like want to be my girlfriend? I literally felt like he proposed to me. I was just like, and like the way he asked me, like we were on a boat, I was looking around. I've never ever been in such a romantic situation. It was so romantic. I was like getting overwhelmed by how much romance was going on, and I've always been that girl in high school that's never had a boyfriend. I've always been so shy and awkward. Like I've never talked to guys. You guys know I would just go on Vine every day and just scream about Harry Styles. Like I've never had a boy show this much interest in me ever. And I started crying. I'm like, yes, of course, like I know we're not getting married, and I know you just asked me to be your girlfriend, but like, you are so sweet. Then he whipped out this like cute little box, and I was like, no, you're doing the most. And I opened the box, and it's like these cute little salmon colored earrings. He was like, I saw these earrings and it reminded me of my favorite dress on you, your salmon colored dress. Yeah, I was crying. I was like, you're not real. I don't know. And I just didn't know what to do or say, so I just cried. And so enough about that. We went to another like strip club, and okay, this strip club that we went to, they were so handsy. We would just go up and grab their balls, and they were just like, stop, like that's uncomfortable. This one stripper though, she was on stage and she was eyeing me like she wanted my ass so bad. She literally was staring at me her whole dance, and she had this top hat on, and she came up to me and she put the top hat on me, and I was just like, oh my god, I felt like really cool and like special. I was like, oh my god, she like likes me. And then she's like up there on the pole dancing, being hot. Like she was so hot too. And she has a tie. She's wearing like a tie, and she takes the tie off, comes up to me again, puts it around my neck and pulls me up. And I looked over at Will. He's just kind of like eyeing me, kind of jealous. It was funny. And she pulls me up on stage, and she like wants me to dance with her on stage, like on a pole. There were two poles. She wanted me to get on the other pole and dance. And I was like kind of faded and like down. Like I was like kind of down. Will like panicked, and he didn't know what to do in that situation. His first instinct was to just run and belly flop on the stage. Like he straight up just belly flopped on the stage and just laid there. Didn't move. Just laid there. And then all the attention on me was then shifted on him. And I'm like, okay, really? Like you really gotta do that? I was about to twerk my ass on stage, and now everyone's looking at you. And then it just totally killed the moment. Like I'm pretty sure the music stopped. Like it was just, everyone was like laughing, and I'm just like, oh my god, alright. And I like, it clicked, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I probably shouldn't be like twerking my ass on stage with a bunch of creepy guys watching me. So then I just like walked off stage. I'm like, oh my god. And I like sit back down. My friends are screaming, laughing so hard, and I sit there and I'm like, oh my god. The security guards like pulled him off the stage. Like they dragged him by his shirt, pulled him off. And then he like sat down next to me, and he like looks at me, and I'm like looking at him all pissed, and he just like winks. He's just like, and I'm like, could have had like a fun stripper moment for like a second, but guess not. And he was like, you'll thank me later. But yeah, it was a fun time. It was great. I'm really lucky to have experienced that, that I even was able to go to Europe in the first place. I was with all of my homies. Hope you guys liked that little story time video. That was really fun to make and just like sit down and talk about. So if you like this video, Give it a thumbs up if you want. I don't really care. I don't really know what that does. That's just what YouTubers say. Subscribe if you haven't so you can get caught up on my shit. And I'll see you guys next week. And I might post randomly throughout the week and then on Saturday also if I'm feeling crazy. I don't know. I'm all over the place. So, love you guys.